Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel. This is your January love reading. Sorry for the readings being so late. I've had some sort of stomach bug and then it transpired into the flu. Brilliant. So I might be coughing, sneezing and sniffing through your video. Hopefully not. Thanks for all my likes, my subscribes and my comments. There is something funky going on with YouTube. Every time I try to reply to a comment, I can't do it. I'm not sure why. It just keeps saying it's blank, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm going to have to contact them. So if you do leave a comment, I'm not being rude by not replying. I've probably replied but in a separate comment. So before I started your reading, I kept getting these songs, okay? So intuitively I need to tell you because it might not be a message for everyone, but I know it's probably relevant for some, okay? So the first song I got was by ELO, Bruce, Don't Bring Me Down. Bruce. So it's either someone called Bruce or someone's trying to bring you down. Now I feel it. The next song I got was by the Swedish House Mafia, Don't You Worry Child. So if you don't know these songs, please go onto YouTube and listen to them and see if it's relevant, and if you could leave me a comment, that would be brilliant. But I kept getting the lyrics that stood out was don't you worry child, heaven's got a plan for you. Sorry, I probably butchered that by singing it. Yeah, so I think spirit, I think this is maybe, I don't know, I feel that this is maybe spirit trying to communicate with you through me, send you a message, someone that's maybe past, could be your father, could be a parent, and they're saying don't worry, right? So maybe you've been put out to the universe, they've picked up your thoughts, and they're saying don't worry, okay, don't worry, there's a plan for you, all right? Also picked up that I'm getting resilience, so you're resisting something. You just don't want it's like you're holding back on something. So I'm not sure what that is, but you can let me know. Right, okay, so let's get into it. So the overall feel for your tarot, you got the Queen of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with an earth sign. Excuse me, this could be someone who's loyal, nurturing, kind. They'll be quite intuitive. They're maybe protecting their heart, or they've got their guard up. They've maybe been hurt before in love, and they don't like feeling vulnerable. This person will be hard working. They'll have good taste, obviously. They like the finer things in life. They're loyal. They're not going to like betray your trust. That's not the kind of person they are. So it could be a Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn you could be dealing with. This could be someone from your past who is, or someone you have some sort of choice to make in love, whether it's two people. I'm not sure, so we'll get into that in a minute. And there has not been the start that a stable start that you maybe wanted, and maybe that's because you're holding back on something. Okay, it doesn't need to be a pentacle. They might just be taking on that energy. They could be any sign. They might just be taking on that energy, or that could be you. Underneath that, the overall feel for the romance angel is trust upside down. Okay, so it's reversed. So I think you're suffering from someone's betrayed someone's trust, and that could be in the past. Okay, that it could be recent, but this is the feel of the overall. Maybe this is what's holding you back from someone. Okay, because maybe they've betrayed your trust or you've betrayed theirs or something, and that's holding the situation up. It's a block. First one you've got is Ace of Swords. So this talks about a new phase or a new start or a new relationship. A new start, okay. The swords are all about communication, so this might be some sort of communication. If you're already attached or married, this could be it's just a new phase within you, a new chapter within that book of your relationship so to speak. There might be some sort of communication to go with this. It can be quite a flighty energy. It is the air signs, okay, so it is maybe someone you're dealing with is another air sign. Next to that, you've got the Knight of Swords. So you might receive some news about something along these lines, right? So the Knight of Swords, he's bringing in an offer through some sort of communication, that be telephone, email, text or phone call. So he's ready for action. He's not like the other knights. Some of the other knights who are a bit more cautious and looked like they're just sitting on their horse and, you know, they're not that enthused. This guy or woman, whoever it is that's bringing in this, they are going to back it up with action. So they talk the talk, but they walk the walk also. So they're going to be coming in, and there might be somebody speaking their truth. But this news is going to benefit you in the long run, okay? So it's going to be beneficial to you. Next to that, you've got the High Priestess. Okay, so this tells me your intuition is pretty heightened. So, no, the songs that I was getting, I feel like they are like from Spirit. Like Spirit are trying to get that over to you, whoever it is that's watching. It'll be relevant to someone. And I feel your intuition is heightened also this month. So, you know, Spirit and your spirit guides might be sending you signs, or people that have passed over, your loved ones. They are sending you signs, and you're maybe, you know, picking up on them signs. But it tells me that January is a month where your intuition is really heightened, okay? So your connection to the universe and spirit, and even on a psychic level, is probably going to be quite heightened, okay? We can see our body stance here, it's quite open, so it's allowing you to be a bit vulnerable. So maybe you just need to open up now in a romance sense and kind of be that vulnerable, okay? Rather than guarded or kind of pulling back and resisting. So underneath the Ace of Swords, you've got past life relationships. So the person that you're thinking about, or the person that you're with, you've known each other before, you've got that familiarity. So you've maybe met this person and straight away you thought, wow, you're totally at ease with this person. It feels like you've known them for a long time. And that's probably because you have had a past life relationship. And the reason that keeps coming up again can be a matter of things. It can be like a soulmate contract. So in your last life, you know, you maybe had a relationship with this person, and then you move on to the next life, because that's what I believe in. Not everybody does, and I respect that. But, you know, you move on to the next life, and then you have something else to learn with that person again, okay? And then you learn that lesson. So it's either like a twin flame or a soulmate connection. These contracts are made before you're even, you know, born with another person. So that's how, you know, it's like you'll start a sentence but they'll finish it off. It's that kind of knownness. It's really freaky as well when that happens and you don't know someone. Right, underneath that you've got calling in your soulmate. So either you're with your soulmate at the moment, or if you're single, you've maybe been put out to the universe, spirit, or just even thinking the thoughts. Because when you think, that's your communication way through spirit. Spirit pick up your thoughts. Like, you can't have some people can have a conversation with a spirit because obviously they're mediums. But when your loved ones have passed and you think, that's their, like, they hear your thoughts. That's audio for them, if that makes sense. So it says your prayers and affirmation and visualizes help you to bring it together, okay? So you've got to kind of just visualize what it is you're looking for like a happy outcome. To be quite honest with you, Gemini, this is probably the most positive reading I've had so far, and I've started at Capricorn. So underneath the Knight of Swords, you've got a card here, and it's release your ex, and it's really weird because it's under the Knight of Swords. So you might get some sort of communication from an ex-partner, okay? And it's going to give you a bit of like anxiety, a bit of stress. We see her here, she's got the letter in her hands and she is looking a bit stressed out. And this card is right underneath Knight of Swords, but it says the time has come to clear the energy. So even if it might just be, you know, you might have communication, but it might be communication to give you closure so that you can move on. You're maybe in a relationship and this ex is going to come back and sort of, or maybe it's just a matter of you thinking about the communication that you had with your ex, okay? The communication could be with someone totally different with a Knight of Swords, but it can be related to that because it's sitting so close to that card. Underneath that, you've got honeymoon. So this tells me, yeah, some of you might be going on honeymoon, but I don't really take this card literally as honeymoon card. I feel it's you're spending quality time with that person. You might be going on a short break or a holiday with this the person you're with or that you're interested in. And that's good. That'll probably be good for you, you know, to enjoy that time together. Underneath the High Priestess, you've got the True Love card. Okay, you see a deep bond here. There's nobody else in the equation. Well, there is somebody there, but it's like a Cupid. And it's just telling you this romance is of a lifetime, okay? And it's been worth waiting for because it's divine timing is at work in your love life. You know, this is like your destiny. It's like a destiny card. This is really positive, Gemini. I don't know what you're resisting. Maybe it's the situation with your ex. Maybe you're just scared. Maybe you're just unsure. Right, let's get some advice and guidance from the colour cards. Please leave me a comment if this resonates or if you know, what I'm saying makes sense, or if it doesn't. Please, I appreciate the feedback. Orchestra Spirit, can you please give me a card for Gemini, advice and guidance for their love life for the month of January? Alright, so you've got Aqua. Beautiful colour. Reminds me of holiday swimming pools. Experience peace and calm. So let's have a look at the book for this one. 33. Create a state of serenity and tranquility, okay, soothing your mind and calming your nerves, okay. It's a great colour to work with when you meditate and experience any inner stillness. The colour donates to patience, faith, acceptance and coolness, okay. It dissolves fears to increase confidence and belief in yourself. So maybe this is the resistance that you're facing, but maybe if you meditate, you know, that'll help you gain clarity and more self-belief within yourself and build up your confidence a bit. Orchestra Spirit, can you, please give me a card, that's more than one. A card for Gemini, advice and guidance for the month of January, please. Oh, here we go. Oh, some other sign got this. I think it was Aries. Right, Vanessa. To make your decision, ask yourself which way brings me closer to my divine purpose and which way takes me away from it, okay? So Gemini, I think you've got a bit of time out, self-reflection, evaluate the situation, you know, have a good think, meditate and try and gain clarity on how you want to move forward with this. It's looking very rosy for your reading. But there is a bit of resistance and you know, maybe a bit of a trust issue. Alright, that's your reading. Let me know if it resonates.